So I just got through watching Demon Slayer for the first time, and I want to talk about it. Yu vs Nezuko is a middle of the road ass fight. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is peanut butter and jelly. This just sets up the series. This is as close to hand combat you can get in this series where people are waving around dashy swords. Like nothing really comes from this. Tanjiro versus the demon whose power is that if you cut his head off, he grows arms on his head. I could not name a more forgettable NPC bot ass demon. This motherfucker goes in deep. Sabito versus Tanjiro. This is important because of Sabito representing the obstacle that Tanjiro needs to overcome, but it's sort of just a training art fight. That said, it is pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. Sabito, I've seen his fans as well, even before this. I'm gonna put him in C because again, this nothing really comes of this, but it's cool. Hand Demon. Hand Demon's the first real demonic obstacle. Let's put him in B. Middle of the road ass demon. I mean, he is called the Hand Demon. I don't know what gets more corny than that. Swamp Demon. Really banging out the names here. This dude. I would say he has the first real interesting power, but I mean, my man is forgettable. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, it's so funny during the early season how monster of the week formulaic, uninteresting these demons are. I actually did not enjoy this fight much. I'm gonna put him behind the Hand Demon. Tamari Demon. Now we're talking about like I guess I'll grab the Tamari Demon and the Arrow Demon here. Arrow Demon's actually cooler than Tamari Demon. Not gonna lie to you. This could have been cool. This Tamari Demon did, but like one, she's just sort of killed by consequence of Muzan, and two, her cool power stops being cool the moment it turns into a kickball match. It a little unfortunate. I'm not gonna hold you. Arrow Demon. I think the gimmick of him having to rotate with the arrows is pretty cool. It showed that Tanjiro is like a combat expert. I'm not gonna lie, like he gets that one. He gets that one. Not the most interesting character we saw even out of this bunch, but it led to some cool moments. This dude is the is leading this pack. This is a cool horror homage, like the haunted mansion, Scooby Doo. They're running around a mansion. It's tapping. They're coming out of different parts of the mansion than they once were. It's just cool. It's just straight up. Tanjiro versus Inosuke is just sort of a gimmick. I mean, it's character building, but if I'm just being honest, not really much of a fight. It's fun though. I love Inosuke's cool so. Him cutting old Gamma's head off. Probably just above Arrow Demon. Cool water breathing moment, but a cool narrative point, but not much of a fight again. Take me right here. Cool moment. This should be Zenitsu versus the Spiders. I'm not gonna hold y'all. I'm not gonna hold y'all. The first Zenitsu reveal is actually crazy. This character is up and down, but that moment is crazy. I'm not gonna hold you. Inosuke versus Father. Kind of just a run of the mill brute versus brute. I don't know if it does much for me in the way of like aesthetic. I'm not gonna hold you. It's not that interesting as a fight. Tanjiro versus that boy. I believe it's the first time we see the fire breathing. First time we see the fire breathing, and it's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. Might have to give it to him. Might have to give it to him. Shinobu versus daughter. This again is not much of a fight, but it is very cool. I'd probably put it right here. This Zenitsu thing. This Zenitsu reveal is sick. Gyu comes in, makes quick work of Rui after Tanjiro fails to seal the deal. And I can't lie to you. It's not much of a fight, but the swag was crazy. I'm not gonna lie. When he rolled up, hit him with the 11th dance, that's kind of crazy. Tanjiro versus my boy, the Train All Star. This fight is cool enough to be placed right here. If you notice, it all ramps up. They definitely like prime you with these early fights, and then shit gets really crazy. But this isn't the coolest part of that. It's actually this. The idea that he's like repeatedly cutting his head off to overcome the sleep paralysis is crazy. I love that. I love that aesthetically. I'm gonna pair these two up because I mean they're the same fight. We're gonna have our first death. I mean everybody sees this coming. Rengoku's him. I don't really have much to say about it. I mean, what can you say about it? It's like he's a character whose entire fan base was made off of a fight. You know, like what am I going to detract from that man? And the Akaza is really cool as well. I do want to point out at this point that I do not read the manga. I'm just grading purely off of what I know about these characters from the anime. And what I know is that Rengoku's him. Tanjiro versus Daki the first time it's alright. It's probably right here. Is it though? It's better than them cutting through the. Oh, I guess they're paired up though. I'll put Daki right here. It's not that crazy. This is an insane moment, even though it is kind of an ass pull. I'm not gonna hold you. It's an ass pull, but it's fun. Watching Nezuko finally come out of the box for the first time in 18 episodes and actually do some shit is so cool. I mean, Tengen is just him. Tengen might be my favorite character from the series. So far, I'm not gonna lie. Even though he retired to hold out his wives, like, what can I even say? Like, it's just, and I'm gonna pair these two, but I'll say that's right here. Tengen's just so cool. He's the definition of him, and we're gonna get to that in a moment. So this is probably the best fight in the series for me. So you're gonna see a lot of this here. I enjoyed sort of the mixed pacing of this a little less. Felt like they were spinning their wheels with this portion of the fight versus this portion of the fight. Maybe I'm misremembering which part this represents, but I'm using this to mean the reveal. And then, arguably for me, the only thing that can offsuit Rengoku, man, is this is special. This tag team, they jumping niggas out here. That's crazy. I didn't know they was jumping out here. And I'm not gonna count Zenitsu cutting up the train mess. Zenitsu does a really cool thing in here. Just know that it counts. No, it's all the same thing. Versus a doll. This is a plot fight. Who cares? This is probably my favorite demon in the anime so far. This guy's cool as hell. I'm gonna say this is here. I don't like this character. I thought this character's deal was pretty boring, but cool fight. I'm gonna switch these two. I think it's like right here. This character is also not doing it for me, but cool enough fight. I'll say it right here. I'll say safe behind there. This dude, this whole like love Hashira and this dude thing was kind of mid. I'm not gonna lie to you. He's so cool, but he doesn't do anything. He doesn't do anything interesting. Like, he shows up and then he's like a summoner. I think Demon Slayer's at its best when it's a sword user versus another weapon user, or like a sword user against like a hand-to-hand combatant. I think this thing in anime where The stakes get bigger and bigger, and so the fights become power user versus power user. Kind of derails the enjoyment for me. This at some point this was just like characters slashing summons, and I'm not gonna hold you. That's probably character slashing summons, and not even in this way where it's leading to something. This is just like holding off created matter. I'll put it right here. This is clean. I mean, probably here. And to end it off, I believe this is the final cut. And I would probably say that is also right here. It's probably paired to some degree. I'm going to move some stuff. I'm going to say here. I'm going to say you down. This character's fine. This character only got good to me once he started sassing the artist demon. Before that, before he started sassing him, I just found his entire thing so boring. I'm not gonna lie to you. That look good to me. That look good to me. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna say that's it for me. Yeah, I'm out here. If you haven't watched Demon Slayer, the fourth season coming up, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I mean, I'm not gonna give it a glowing review. It's good. Peace.